Hello, Antonio here. I just want to talk to you guys today about what was formerly known in California as the CAESE, or the California Exit Exam. Purpose of the high school exit exam, and I was actually part of the first group to actually take it. It officially started in 2006. Purpose of it was to improve students' achievements in public high schools, ensure students are graduated from a public high school, demonstrated the grade level competency of reading, writing, and mathematics. And I just remember like the first time with it, I said, I'm already being taught this, and if you pass your classes, that's kind of the same thing for your requirements. But, you know, I took it, and I think it was kind of a little bit of a, I don't want to say it was a threat, but it was more of like, you have to pass it or else. So it's like, if I pass that, but I don't pass my classes, do I really pass anything? A little backwards, if you ask me. But just dealing with that, you know, I passed it. So did multiple of my friends. If you did fail, you got to retake it, and you had to continue to retake it. The test was actually canceled in 2016. One of the reasons was kids with disabilities or special education department were not able to actually fulfill the requirements. They weren't able to take it. And one of the things that they had was they tried to reintroduce like a waiver or a different standard for them. It didn't work. It ended up becoming almost like a waste of time. From one of my former colleagues. She's in SPED. She deals with mild to moderate special education. And one of the things she said is like there were just so many opportunities to take it that some of the kids didn't learn the material on it until later in school. So it was difficult for them. So it's almost like they have to follow, if you did fail, you had to follow these steps and making, and you know, in the regular education, and then they had to go back and learn something that they had almost completely forgotten. So they were almost kind of set up to fail, which is not a great thing to say. But yeah, I'm glad it's not there anymore. But now in California, one of the things that dealing with it, because I have worked at a high school for multiple years, is the education plans that most high schools are requiring. They are not, they're set up, I don't want to say they're not set up for any type of failure, which can apply pressure and more pressure on many students. It goes with 3 years of English, 2 years of math, including at least Algebra 1, 3 years of social science, history, geography, and then American government, usually a senior economics. 2 years of science, biological and physical science, 2 years of PE, and 1 year of a language or an elective. So you have multiple electives. And just the way it goes with some schools, they had to add an extra class, 7-period day, just to fulfill these requirements. If you did fail, you eventually would have to most likely go to summer school. And that does kind of hinder the kids that aren't, you know, they're already struggling enough to get to school. I saw it firsthand working with one of my students. He's like, I need to work, you know, home life wasn't great, and he wasn't actually able to follow it. And just the standards are meant more for the upper educated kids, I want to say. Really difficult to deal with. Just some kids just needed a little bit more. They needed more electives. They needed more study hall time. They needed an extra class. And in California, what we have are directed studies or like a core class where you can just get extra help. And that's just kind of one thing that I had been dealing with. I did not like the high school exam. I thought it set up kids for failure. I think the education plans need to have more room for error, or maybe just one less of everything, and then more electives. You know, one of the things that we learned in some of the in this section specifically is the creativity. Is maybe you do add one less year of math, or I'm sorry, add one less course in something and add an extra dance course or a theater. Just things that we don't primarily, you know, get to use as much. And in one of the videos they talked about, you know, teachers are now training from the neck up or the waist up. Let's keep going with the waist down, something I would really like to do. And again, that's just how I feel. I'm not a fan of the test that has gone away, and the education plans. I think they should be a little bit looser or lenient is what I would say. Great, thank you.